Ha. Make this one for you. And then make my own one. So why I'm doing this one just like this.
Real talk.
Now show me. Say something on here. Watch it say. Watch what I'm ready to tell you. Say something on there.
My kicker is now 99 kick power, 99 kick accuracy, 99 awareness. If he misses any fucking kicks,
that'd be our main like arguments. You know
swear.
That? I'm telling you, I know what I said. I know what the fuck you said too. Alright, that'd be our argument.
I swear, bruh.
You saying it to me?
If he miss any fucking kicks, ooh, speed point for Kenny Fletcher. Let's go. Speed now. Through time, we ready. Speed point for Daryl Allen. Ooh la la.
Shut up,
okay,
man.
I see you. You for you. That was quick. You already in the fucking game? Damn.
Who's already in the game?
Shogun.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's your stream too. Shit. What's up?
Shit ridiculous. Right. I thought you was just like just rubbing shit loose. All right, man. Let me get to this little quick playoff conversation real fast on a real tizzy. You know I gotta do my late night. I haven't watched the game in a while. Watching the Browns game and the Cowboys Lag Nation game. They fought through that shit though. That mean they actually hit each other and was like, look, I can't pick a play. If that happens, I'll just take the delayed game, and you just don't motherfucking get to take the penalty. Vice versa. Me too, man. Bet. All right, back to the lag bowl. This isn't going to be a long real talk whatsoever. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I'm in chat by myself or not right now. I have no idea who's still on headset.
Yo, what's good here, bro?
We live in the same country, and we're dealing with a global pandemic. And so while people refuse to get vaccinated, and while this virus continues to mutate.
All right, you know, week 13 pop up, man. We get the view of the playoff picture right now. So I'm going straight to that right now. We're going to start over here. At this point, Coach Carter has fought back in the league where we thought he was, good night, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. He was out there. He is absolutely sitting in the #1 spot, week 13, with 4 weeks left. He is sitting at
Ice,
1 right now.
Ice baby.
If playoffs started today, you would get the Bucks will be chilling into the divisional round with home field advantage throughout the playoffs all the way through. However, the 2 versus 7 seed at this point, the Vikings fare 50-50 in his way to a playoff. Los Angeles Rams versus the Minnesota Vikings. And we watch young T hop right back up into a situation. So down the stretch between the Niners and him is really going to be a tough situation down the stretch, man. They both split, and they need somebody to come up and play the hero. You are my hero. D West just pulled off a hell of a game, man. I love how he finished that game at the end. He put pretty good play calling down the stretch and knocked a field goal to give him the 3-point lead over the Cleveland Browns. That loss knocked the Cleveland Browns out of the playoffs at this point right now. And Forever 7 is always in the way of being a Forever 7. Look at him. That's what happens when he get a force 50-50. He ain't stupid. He understands. Let's get this 50-50 real fast and not play. I'm getting up on your bop. That 50-50 give me a chance of playing the person I don't really want to play because I might lose that game. Because the Chiefs are playing at a high level right now. Alright, so let's take a look at this. At the 3 versus 6 seed on the NFC side of things, it looks like we'll have a matchup between the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Now, a 50-50 loss to the football team kind of put him in a bad situation because then he turned right back around and had to play a tough playoff team caliber game against the 49ers on a day which is his wife's birthday, which he really didn't have time to come home and play the game. But no excuses. You played, you lined up, you knocked it out, and got your ass knocked out, something like that. But it got him in the 6th seed, and he's trying to hold on from 6th to 7th seed right now. I don't know how important that Cowboy-Washington football matchup will be. Honestly, I'm going to get to that before I continue the playoffs. I want to know if this still holds weight at all. So let's get to the schedule. And let's look at the football team first because he's right next to me. And down the stretch, he has the Bucks, the Vikings, all teams with that are in the playoffs and fighting for playoff spots. So he has the #1 seed, the 7th seed at this point. Then he has the Baltimore Ravens, Bears, Cowboys. Every game left might be the hardest
schedule.
Very
tough schedule.
I mean, from
that might be the like either my schedule. It might be like 1A, 1B basically. What
I
do
really
you
don't
think?
see. I think it's the hardest schedule I've seen in a while down the stretch. This shit's crazy. So like he needed. This is why he was supposed to take the first win against the Eagles. This was big. coming down this stretch, man. It's a potential. I mean, literally, 49ers, he took the L 31-24. Big time football game. Bucks, Vikings, Ravens, Bears, Cowboys, all playoff teams right at this point right now, coming down the stretch. Now, if you go look at the Cowboys, on the other hand, let's see how they look coming down this stretch. All right. They got the 50-50 win against the Vikings, 31-28. And then they just beat the Browns 20-17. And then, if you look at it, they got the Eagles, Ravens, Giants, Lions, football team. All right. Now, record-wise, the schedule is not as hard as the football team schedule down the stretch, but there are some teams that could be in the Cowboys' way. I don't know about
Ravens,
the Giants.
Lions, football team. I think.
Simple as that. Those three games. Now, the chances of Hitter winning out and him losing these three games, it's gonna be hard. So the guys that's playing the Cowboys, and the guys that's playing the football team, man, we got to make this thing interesting down the stretch, man. Playoff football. Let's get these things knocked out, and let's see how this shit go. But at this point right now, man, it looks like the Cowboys have their 1 foot in winning the division again. With the with this schedule, it's not as tough as the Washington football team now. But you know, anything can happen. He would go down the stretch. The football team go down the stretch and win all those games. Will be one of the things we will talk about. Big things that happen in our league, RDL, the whole RDL. If he can go undefeated, that's something that we need. We will put up there in the archives. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That would be huge. All right, now let's get back to the picture. All right, so on the NFC side, you got the 4th versus 5 team right now, and I think things can change between both these teams, the 4th and the 5th seed. They can both move up, or they can sit right where they are at the end of the day, right? Now, for that to happen, we have to do the same thing. Let's go to schedule. Let's talk about the Bears, then we'll come back down to the 49ers. I know the Bears better get hardwired. I know that. Mm-hmm. All right, so he got the Vikings, the Jaguars, the Eagles, the football team, the Giants. Him and the Vikings, they play divisional game. You always got to give credit to a divisional game, so this could be a tricky situation right here. I don't think I don't even know if Snake gonna play. I don't know if Snake locked in at this point. He's not a playoff team, so I think he will do the draft pick thing. If he can catch Mark at the right time, this game gets played, who knows? DDA kick in, things can happen. But then he got the football team and then the Giants. And I think the football team and I think the Giants, if Young Gunner play, I think he can cause him a problem here. Because they both play with that like YouTube-ish. I made it my own word, YouTube-ish. It's better than Hot Dimes. Football team versus Giants and shit. So these two games down here, to me, he got 3 teams left on his schedule that could put him in a situation. And if he wins out, I think he moves up from that 4th spot. He might even get to the 3rd if he wins out. All right, now the 49ers, they came off a 2-game losing streak on the back end of their schedule, losing to the Bucks, then the Rams, and then they just turned it around against the football team. Who knows if him and Boone gonna play? But then he got Hero Burgers, and Ty will present a problem. Then he has a computer game, and then he got the Mighty Jets at the end, Week 17, where you're gonna be vying for playoff position. And I think the Jets gonna be in a situation where they're already in the playoffs. They're gonna win their division at least. They'll be the 4th seed. And this game will just be a statement game for the Jets. A tune-up, polished game to get ready for the playoffs. Because this year's AFC picture will be a little different. And things are matchups is going to be a little different. The common matchups that we used to seeing will not be that way. So, again, a lot of teams over there, that's playoff teams, got a shot to do some real tricky shit over there. And I promise y'all, the AFC picture is going to be really, really exciting this year. But with that saying, the 49ers got pretty much 2 computer games. I don't know if Najee Israel and the Hero Burger coach football team is going to feel like throwing 6 picks the next game, so he probably won't even get to playing. Other than that, Ty will come to play. Saints is a computer game, and then the Jets will come to play. So the Niners can walk his way between the Cardinals, Panthers, and the Jets. If he can clean those games up, he has an opportunity to go from 5 Just nah. I think he stay at 5 if he doesn't win the division. If he wins the division, then you know he jumps up to number 2. So between him and the Rams splitting, it's the playoff gods and who wants to upset who. So if the playoffs started today and matchups where they were, it would be the Rams versus the Vikings over here. It would be the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Now, every year I say they play 3 times in a row. It's always tricky, and the Cowboys always shows us, nah, it's not tricky. But I just think it's something going on different, and it depends on the space, the head space the offensive coordinators in for the Washington football team will determine how this game will play out, if this is even the game. Because, again, the Cowboys can go to number 2, the 49ers can go to number 2, or the Bears can go to number 2. Too many games left to call it as it is, right? But the 49ers and Bears, I like this matchup. I really like this matchup. You're going to play check down methodical football with the Bears and their West Coast style of play, and then you're just going to have to stop the run. Simple as that. And I think that's the Bears' Achilles heel at the end of the day, stopping the run. And then in the passing game, bro, if guys ain't 2 steps behind and shit like that and it's running smooth, I think he would have to go a little deeper. But his play calling, I love his play calling. I just played him over Junkies League. Outside of the lag, man, I thought he was who I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he played football. It's a real methodical way of playing, and it's almost a take what you give me type shit. Like, take what you give me. But we got a lot of people that are very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for, guns? I don't want to call them briefing play calling, but I call them comfort play callers, where they call what they call what they know. They call what they successful with all game long. No matter if they can't call it twice in a row, they put themselves in a situation where their players are pretty much doing the same things over and over again, because that's what they're comfortable with. So if you figure out patterns and you can understand patterns, you know, and you got a good shot of being able to do some good things. But we got some on this side. You got the Rams, who's the video game player. He's the new T. You got the Vikings, who we really don't know who he is, bro, to be honest with you. I still to this day don't have a clue who the Vikings really is. And with that being said, I'm not sure if he's even locked in enough to even play the Rams. So that if this matchup is here, if he don't come do some miracle shit, the Rams will be moving on. I like this matchup again, Cowboys football team. However, I don't think this is going to be the matchup. I think it's going to change. And again, I do like the Bears and the 49ers matchup as well. And over here is very interesting too, because I do think every team that's left in this playoffs, outside of the 7th and 6th seed, to me, I think can win the Super Bowl. I mean, get to the Super Bowl and even win it. But I think they can get to the Super Bowl. And I think if Corey sees what's going on right now, he sees no T around, he has to go back to how he was feeling season 1. He has to. There's no way. It's in your DNA to feel that way. Oh my God. If I can get to the Super Bowl, anything can happen. This might be my shot. He got to feel that way. And if he feel that way, then we're going to get his best football. Simple as that. And again, then you got Nano, who's been in the Super Bowl, Rams, who's been in the Super Bowl, Cowboys, who's been in the Super Bowl. All 3 of those guys have the taste, know what it feel like to get to the game, but haven't won it. So I think they have that same hunger over there too. And then you have the Vikings, if he makes the playoffs, and the football team, if he can stay 6th or 7th seed. You got those guys that are trying to prove something too. Can we win a playoff game? So the dynamics of what the NFC look like is really, really good right now. And I don't think people realize how real interesting and crazy this is about to be coming down the stretch, bro. We haven't had a season in RDL where the last weeks of football have meant a lot. But I think at this point,
we gotta hold the lead. We gotta hold the league. If somebody can't play, that's how much it impacts the standings, basically. Because I remember we used to week 16, 17 don't matter, hit it, you know what I mean?
I agree with everything you saying about holding that shit. They don't play, that's on them. Fuck that. Anyway, on the other side of things, the playoff picture looks really interesting over here as well. The only common denominator over here is Forever 7 is sitting in 7 again. He finds a way to get to that 7th seed, and that's that. So that means we're going to get 3 out of the AFC West this year, the way it's looking right now. I do think the 1 seed isn't safe at all. Big games coming up for him as well. The Ravens are, in a situation right now. They got a really good schedule coming down the stretch. They play 3 top-tier teams. They got the number 3 seed on both sides. The Colts after the real talk, and then they got the Cowboys right behind them. Both are 3 seeds right now. I like the Texans. They're sticky sitting right there at 6. I do not think don't think for a chance of me that they'll stay at 6. There's a very high chance that he can move up from 6 to 5, depending on these Chiefs down the stretch in their schedule. So let's dig into it. Now, the Chiefs do have the 1 up on the Texans, right? They did beat them head up. Now, let's take a look at what's going down the stretch right now. Chiefs got the win 37-31 over the Broncos in a 50-50 game. He got a computer game with the Raiders. Now, if there ever was conversation between 2 family members that own ball clubs right now, the Texans should be on the phone with his cousin Rob talking about how important this Chiefs win would be for trouble-minded for. And to be honest with you, it's super important because his playoff chances is not, he's still in the hunt. So this is a big game. Now the Chiefs have to show us who he is immediately down the stretch, because you got the Falcons, Broncos, Jags, and Chargers. There's only 1 game we're looking at on the schedule that we can say, okay, he'll win that one. Other than that, man, who knows what's going on.
Jags,
you got
Raiders.
2 divisional games. You really got 3 divisional games, but this is you get this win, and then you got 2 divisional games in the team hunt for the playoffs right now. Shit about to be real down the stretch. So after this Raiders CPU game, the Falcons need to lock all the way the fuck in, and then he can't duck this game. Circumbound gotta play this. Ain't no 50-50s going on now, and he can sweep Bop, or he could take that L right there. And then he got the mighty Chargers at LA. He already had his shot at Arrowhead where he gives the Chargers problems. I think when he go to LA, it's usually a big win for the Chargers. So he got to better get over this hump right now. So if I'm him, I'm looking at trying to go 5-0 down the stretch. You got to, and it's for your morale, and it's for you to take yourself into the playoffs on a high note. Because if you go 5-0, you're moving out of that 5th seed for sure. I think you would. Nah, the divisional winner.
Nah, I think
not really. You'll stay 5. So it's either 5 or 7. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I could actually say 5, 6, or 7. What do you want to do? Simple as that. Now let's look at the Texans schedule down the stretch. And when I say ball games are left on this schedule, ball games are left on this schedule right now. And his first mishap was right here, 38-31. He let a hat boy come through there and give him a 7-point loss. And that was big. Super big. Now, he got to better beat the Broncos. He got to better beat the Colts. He got to beat the Jags, Chargers, and Titans. Now, he beat the shit out of the Titans, but the Titans is really just playing right now. He wants the draft pick, so that's not a concern. I don't think the Jags is a concern either, but if you fall asleep on the Jags, you're in a situation if he plays that game. So you got to be laser sharp, locked in from here on out, coming down the stretch. This is the interesting game right here, the Broncos, and this is why this is interesting. If the Chiefs beat the Broncos and the Texans beat the Broncos, we're saying goodbye to the 7th seed, and he's opening the Pandora's box for the Browns to get back in, the Bengals to get back in. There was one more team over there. I'm missing. Bengals, Browns. Who else is over there?
Browns. Let's see. I'm going to it right now.
It might just be those 2 teams. Browns, and Bengals.
So Browns, Bengals, and then Steelers are 4-7. So yeah, I think it's just the Browns and the Bengals. It would be.
So Bop got to kind of go undefeated as well down the stretch. or he's
Because
opening the
him
door
and the
up.
Broncos are both 6-5. So if Bob slips up like one game, then he'll be in a situation unless Drew or the Browns don't like slip up too. You know what I mean? Like if they go like even maybe. But have
So
they played each other?
yeah, nah,
Do they
here
play
it
each
come right
other?
now.
Or?
So the Browns come off a tough loss to the Cowboys. He needed that win. He played the game to win it, and it sucks because they had to play on that. You know, it was lagging. They couldn't call a play, and they fought through it though. So kudos to them for that. But that 3-point loss hurt him because now he got the Chargers, he got the Bengals, he got the sticky Dolphins. Now I will always say maybe at this point this should be a win for him, but the Dolphins are sneaky. DDA is real in this game, man. And if you out there thinking that you're gonna whoop his ass, and some things don't go
Could
your
get in
way, shit can
trouble.
happen right now. Now, I doubt if Hillberger's play, but this would be a really good tune-up game to get your DBs to cover some of these receivers if you are going to make the playoffs, because he's going to throw you 9 picks. And then Mark is catch me if you can pretty much with Mark. So he really just got to get through the Chargers, the Bengals, and I would say the Dolphins. And outside of that, he should be fine. So he got 1, 2, 3 games that he got to get through, and it was 4, but he already took that L. So he got to find a way to beat the Chargers, Bengals, and Dolphins. And then when you go back through it, you go to the Bengals situation, and at this point, the Bengals got the Steelers, the Browns, the Jets, the Steelers, and the Broncos. If it's somebody that could come off vacation and come down this stretch and beat the Steelers, beat the Browns, beat the Jets, Steelers, and Bucks and Broncos, I mean, he can. I honestly think, how many losses he got? 5 right now.
Yeah.
He can still lose a game and still be in a good situation to make the playoffs. But if he win all these games,
He has 6 losses. He needs.
Oh yeah,
he got
he got one out. Yeah, he got one out. I didn't know he had 6 already. So he got one out. And you know what? You better be up for the challenge. And a lot of your losses wasn't your fault. You was in DR and shit, playing on motherfucking freeze tag, dial up. So that's not your fault when you did play. And then for a guy to be like, just take the win, you know what I'm saying? To a lot of his opponents while he's on vacation, he's still in a good situation down the stretch. So went out, and I think if he went out, honestly, I think he gets in the playoffs because he got a couple guys on here that he can cancel out, like the Browns and the Broncos.
Yeah, that's
so
2 big games.
And then the power game, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you get through the Steelers and the Browns, then that Jet game gonna be so important. Again, it's not gonna be as important for the Jets as it is for his opponent. So the Jets really is in cleanup mode. Let me just clean some things up. I could chase some awards for Israel and things like that, work on some things, get myself in the playoff mind state. But losing a game don't hurt me. Losing 2 or 3 games won't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? At all. But he got some teams on his schedule that he can really, put himself in a situation. But this is going to be the game after this game. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to give him the win against the Steelers. I think he goes into Pittsburgh and wins that ball game. But then he got to, have somebody come up the pike a little bit on him in dirty ass Ohio with Cleveland coming in the building. And that's his nemesis. That's his kryptonite. Can he win this game? And if he does, down the stretch. And then another kryptonite on the low is the Broncos find a way to beat the Bengals all the time. Every chance that the Bengals had to get in the playoffs always came through the Broncos. So this got to be a personal game as well. And I think you can do it. I think he could do it, bro. I'm big. I'm big on him. I think he can do it. So can you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-0 down the stretch? Simple as that. So you do have a shot. It's a long shot, looking out, looking on the outside, looking in. But you're peeking in the window right now, man. Now you just gotta ask yourself, do I want to lift this window up and go in there and rob everything in that motherfucker? If not, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna look through the window and keep it pushing and shit. Cause I ain't trying, I ain't taking no big risk. What are you? You gonna stand on your shit and do some Kevin Hart shit on Paper Soldier? Oh God. You gonna hit the crib. Dolphins very sneaky, yes sir. You hit the crib. Alright, so with that being said, let's get back to the picture. So the playoff pictures are sticky over here because again, I think the Colts have 2 losses, So if they beat the Ravens tonight, I don't think it changes where the Ravens go. I think they go to 2, unless they lose again. But if they beat the Ravens tonight, it comes down to the Cowboys or the football team knocking the Ravens off 2 as well. If that can happen, we can see the Colts sitting at the number 2 seed. So this thing is sticky down here, man. I think the Jets can possibly go to 4 from 4 to 3 as well, depending on how the Colts finish down the stretch. If the Jets win out and the Colts lose to the Ravens and the Texans, it's a possibility that the Jets can get the number 3 seed. So a lot of seeding is going to change down here, but as is the matchups right now, 2 versus 7. Bob ducked both these games this season in the regular season. He can't duck the playoff game if that was the matchup. And what better game to see but them two playing each other? I mean, about 85% of the beef we had in the chat was between these two brothers. So I would love to see this matchup, honestly. And then you got, so you got to not only play this man again for your fate in the playoffs. If this stands, no matter how the things go, if this stands, that means you got to see each other 3 times. When I say a rival, man, this might be the best rival in the league, bro. This game come down to turnovers every single time, bro. Turnovers and possessions. Simple as that. Every single time they play. I like this matchup. I would love to see this matchup in the playoffs. Although I know both of them would rather not, but I would love to see this matchup in the playoffs, man. Because I enjoy watching this matchup. The preparation they go through to get to this game. The mind state that they in when they got meet up, bro. There's no better rival in our league than this game right here. Colts, Texans. I love it. And then you got the Jets playing in a situation where he's not playing one of the top dogs in the wild card round. So anybody that's in front of him right now, he has to look at as he can beat that person to move on to the divisional round for the first time in his career in RDL. You know what I'm saying? So it's real sticky, man. You pay attention to it. It's very, very sticky coming down the stretch right now, man. And big boys do big things, man. Big boy, no little boy. You know, I'm talking about big time players make big time plays and big time moments. It's just that simple, bro. That's how it is down the stretch. That's our playoff pictures. Nano talked about those that can still make the playoffs. Let's give it a real good look over here. So in the NFC, let's start here right now. Again, you got the Bucks at the 1st seed. Record-wise, the Rams are the 2nd seed, but because the Rams and the 49ers are in the same division, that puts, as you can see, that puts them at the 5th seed. See it? You see it, right? I see it. All right, so with that being said, let's keep it moving on down the road. Move on down the road. You got the Cowboys at 9-2 at this point. All these teams are 1-loss or 2-loss teams with some big games left on their schedule as well. The Bears are 7-4. Wait, who the Bears just lose to?
The Packers. I guess he came and played.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams right now, right, that are in the playoff run. Now you get back down to the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, the football team, and because of divisions, that's why the football team is at 6 seed right now, and the Vikings are at 7. But the Lions is on his ass, Panthers is on his ass, Falcons is on their ass as well. Even the Cardinals still have a way to get in the playoffs right now. So I think this race goes from Cardinals, Falcons, Panthers, football team, Lions, Vikings, and even the Bears at this point. All these guys got a shot that, like, they all have in the hunt, all of them in the hunt, and the playoff picture can get real wild down the stretch. So now, because I'm seeing this and we looking at it, let's start with the Vikings. Nano, go to the Vikings schedule for me, please. Max, go to the Panthers schedule for me, please. And Shoguns, can you please go to the Falcons schedule for me? And I will go to the Lions schedule.
Okay.
Why did I come all the way out of there? Goofy as hell. There we go. So let's go to the Lions down the stretch. I'll go first. All right, so down the stretch, the Lions have Titans, I think that's a win. Rams, last time they played, he had a 14-point lead to go to the Super Bowl. This has to be a personal game. Has to win his division game against the Vikings. Then he got the Cowboys and the Jaguars. So he got really, I would say 3 good games left on his schedule. Rams, Vikings, Cowboys. If the Lions win out, the Lions are going to bump somebody out the playoffs, which will be the Vikings. At the least, he comes in as the 7th seed.
Yeah.
That's the Viking schedule.
The Viking schedule is the Bears, football team, Lions, Colts, Panthers.
Whose schedule is this again?
That's the Viking schedule.
So he got 2 division. He got all tough games. Like this shit is tough too.
Bears, football team, Lions, Colts, Panthers. So I think all 5 of his games are basically playoffs.
Yeah,
like
he got one.
playoff
It ain't a game.
games.
It ain't a game left on this schedule that ain't dogs. Bears, football team, Lions, Colts, Panthers. Like this is the hardest. This probably is the hardest path to the playoffs right now. Right now he's sitting in the playoffs, but I don't know, bro. I don't know with this type
He's got to steal one. I think he's got to steal like at least 2 maybe.
I mean, he
2-3
home.
games.
His only saving grace is he home against the Bears. But then he go on a roll for the football team, Lions, and Colts, and then got to finish off with cousin Tatai, and that's not an easy thing either, man. This guy is in a good situation. He just got the. I call it a good situation for him because this is a prove who you are moment.
Playoff, yeah.
All right, Max, who you got pegged? This motherfucker watching film like a motherfucker. Come on, man. Where the fuck? Come on, dog. Where you at?
Yeah, save me for last. Not ready
Who
yet.
you got? What team you looking at?
I'm looking at me. Looking at my
Man,
No, bro.
Jesus Christ, don't even worry about it. What was the other team, bro? I'll do it.
Who do you got?
Oh shit.
Yeah, high
Look at the
bro.
Falcons.
He ain't high. He watching film like a motherfucker. He ain't worrying about no fucking real talk right now. That motherfucker studying them Ravens. You already know what I'm about. He ain't gotta study hard. Who the fuck? You done made me forget who I was looking for and shit.
Got you. One sec.
Go to standings, bro.
Okay, so Vikings Lions,
we did.
Panthers, Falcons,
All right. Guns got the
Cardinals?
Falcons, right?
Cardinals. I'll go
Guns,
to
you got the
Cardinals.
Falcons though, right?
Say what now?
You got you going to the Vikings? I mean the Falcons schedule, right?
I will be, yeah.
All right. That's
I'm
fine. I don't
almost
need you to
done
go
with
yet. So I'll go look at the Panthers down the stretch. We'll go look at the Panthers down the stretch real fast.
I'm on the Cardinals right now too. So.
Bet. All right. So the Panthers coming down the stretch. They got computer game, 49ers, Bucks, Vikings. Simple. 2 computer games, and he just got to go on a roll and beat the 49ers, and then come back and get the Bucks and the Vikings. I mean, it ain't easy, but I mean, you got the Niners and the Bucks, and then again, the Vikings is in a tough situation, man. Who was the next team? You had the Cardinals. I mean,
Yeah.
really, with the Cardinals, it doesn't. It's just is he gonna play his games or not? Simple as that. So it's not
Yeah.
really talk about there. Any other, and the last team will be the Falcons. That's in that race. I'm over here. Bro, you really only got the computer game with the Raiders. Other than that, you in the lock-in mode. All the rest of this, you got the video game player and the Rams. Then you got to come play the Chiefs with that monster ass tight end that ain't giving you nothing deep at all. You're not getting nothing over 20 yards, 15-yard passes on him. You might as well go ahead and check down the rest of that game. Then you got Boone if he shows up. And because you have really no real footage or an understanding of what Boone is, that's a really sticky game right there if Boone plays that game. Then you got the Broncos, who's a wild card, depending on what Circle Bob show up. You never know here too. I do think he can. This is the game he can win, and then he got the computer game. So he really got to finish off the AFC West, and his schedule is helping somebody out in the AFC side of things right here. If he can knock off all 3 of these AFC teams, Chiefs, Broncos, well, all 2 of them, because he's gonna get the Raiders. So Chief and the Broncos, he can put dampers in their situation as well. But this is tough, bro. I think the Vikings got the toughest schedule down the stretch. And then I do think it's the Falcons' schedule second as the second toughest down the stretch. Very, very tough schedule, but we're gonna find out what you made of. Simple as that. We find out who you are and what you're willing to do to make things work. Need him to beat Broncos, man. Yes, sir. A lot of situations, and the Broncos. You notice the Broncos is in a lot of situations where people need him to lose, but he on everybody's schedule for that to happen. So that's crazy down the stretch, man. So that's what that looked like over there, man, the playoff picture. So all y'all that's still fighting for playoff spots, the guys that's peeking in the window, it's time to motherfucker pull your ski mask down and break in. Simple as that. Break in.
Who's that peeking in the window?
Blow. Nobody now. Alright, so let's go talk about awards because we're getting closer to. You got Shador, AI. Now, between these two right now, the more impressive player is AI right now. If you played the Jets, you got to see this running back up close and personal. Now, I played him about 4 o'clock in the morning. Felt like he woke me up at like 5:30. And we did a real talk, but it was a conversation between our teams and stuff because as you know, I've traded a lot of players to him, and we had go back and watch that pregame real talk. It's pretty good, but I'm gonna say this: I've played a lot of running backs in this league, and I know some of y'all gonna say exactly what Falk said. It's your my player. Of course you gonna say that. Nah, bro. I played a lot of running backs in this league, and this is the hardest running back I played against, where it was very much virtually impossible to just stop him, bro. Like it was hard. And I think we sleeping on how good this back really became, bro. And again, I had myself, my player, for about 2 to 3 seasons, and I didn't do bad with him for 2 or 3 seasons. But by the time the Jets got to him and got him built and put him where he is right now, he's one of the hardest running backs. And I'm talking about as a small back, breaking tackles. I mean, the fact that the speed of hitting holes. He already came into the league with high acceleration, but he only had 92 speed. Now that has changed. The speed caught up towards acceleration, but that acceleration was elite from the door. And you can see it hitting holes, getting in and out of shit. And if you played him and this guy had a good day on you, you know what I'm talking about. Simple as that. Now, I didn't get to see Jeff Sims a lot, though. But the fact that he's sitting in third right now, it means a lot to me. Because this was a quarterback that I was so glad that the Packers traded. Because he deserved to be on the field. And he deserved to be the captain of somebody's offense. And he's over there with the Chiefs doing a really good job right now, sitting in third place. And fourth place, you got Lamar Jackson. The funny thing is I've never really went all out for Lamar to win an MVP, and I think I should have. I thought I sold him short. I think I should have. But the fact that he's in fourth place, I really think it's impossible for anybody really to jump over Shador Sanders except for Anthony AI. Here's why. Because the running back can get it over a quarterback just by touchdowns. So if he can get himself to about 30 touchdowns, somewhere between 30, 35 touchdowns. I don't know how many he have right now with 5 games left. But if he can get himself to about 10 more touchdowns, if he's what you got, like 20 touchdowns with him right now?
Yeah. 20. Let's see here, 21.
All right, so yeah, 21 touchdowns. If you can add another 12 touchdowns to that, I think he got a shot, especially if you get him into about 23, 2,400.
Okay.
He got a shot to win that MVP. I love to see that shit, bro. Real talk. I'm gonna love to see my player win that shit. I'm gonna be just as happy as the person using him. So you can get about your window should be 2,400, 35 touchdowns. You can get to that. I think he can win that MVP. I think Shador is in a situation where it's going to be hard to catch up to him because, and not for nothing, and it's not a shot. The computer games he had. You know what I'm saying? And I think Lamar's up there because of the computer games I had. But it's very hard to catch a guy with 5,228 yards, 63 touchdowns, only 11 picks, 77%. But that's where the buck stop at. I'm trying to tell you, they will give a running back the MVP over a quarterback with these numbers if that running back got a lot of touchdowns. Trust what I'm telling you. So Shador Sanders is really in the driver's seat. But let's talk about that 63 touchdowns versus 11 INTs, 77. This guy's almost 80% on a year right now. That's big, bro. That's big time. So I do like Shador as the MVP winner. But I think AI, if anybody can catch him and go past him, it will be AI. So let's get back to that. Let's see who Coach of the Year is at this point right now. Oh shit, Guru up there. Falky, Sharon Peters, Corey Richardson, Ron Howdell. How you say your last name again, Ryan? Nano. These motherfuckers be doing all types of fat boy shit. Howdelly, I guess. And then Earl, Uncle Earl. Alright, so let's get back to MVP race. Let's get to the AFC. So in the AFC, you got Shador Sanders, AI, LJ, Jeff Sims, and Justin Fields are your top 5 Offensive Player of the Year award racers. At this point, I think we can start now. I think by the time we get to 14, one more advance, we can narrow it down to 3. So I'm going to stay at 5 right now. In the NFC, you got Jalen Berger, Corey Richardson, the my player quarterback, Travis Etienne, Travion Henderson, Sean Dollars are your top 5. I do think Journey Brown can slide in there in that top 5 at least. Defensive Player of the Year, Alex Hall, safety for the Rams, Devin Arnold, the safety for the Giants, and Devon Diablo, the safety for the Eagles are your top 3. And then there's the boy Kendrick Blackshire, the man child. I gotta go look at this guy highlights and like shit on YouTube. He was a fucking grown man at like 13 years old. Derwin James is in the building, and anytime Corey is playing well, you know Derwin has something to do with that. Sitting at 5 right now. I think the race is weird because you got 3 safeties, so I do think anybody can win this at any moment over here. For the defensive side of things. Now you go back to the AFC Defensive Player of the Year right now, and the race is between these 5. This race is crazy. So number 1 first overall pick Tion Pitts Jr. is at 1 right now. Derek Stingley is at 2, and I think that's been changing all year between Patrick Falk, Malik Harvey, and Derek Stingley been kind of like moving up and down this shit from like 1st to 3rd. So again, Tion Pitts at 1 right now. Derek Stingley at 2. Patrick Falk, the D tackle, the my player, sitting there at 3. Malik Harvey at corner, proven to be a shutdown. He is back and forth between the most interceptions this season by a DB, and that race is between him, Pitts, and Stingley. Then you got Justin Flo, who I call the best linebacker in the league, sitting at 5 right now. NFC Defensive Player of the Year, I said that already, so let's go to offensive rookies right now. Jalen Brown is still in control, and the guy barely playing all his games, and this guy's still in control as a Rookie of the Year, like I said he would be. Christian Hamilton is at 2. Zacharia Branch is at 3. And Deshaun Henry at 4, with Randy Stover, the tight end, at 5 for the NFC. In the AFC, the offensive rookies going on is Jason Nelson, tight end Joe Emery, my boy Reek Wise is here. Jalen Ruggs is in the building, and Richard Young is in the building. 2 running backs is in there now. Top 10 pick, sitting in there. Good picks. They balling with their rookies that they got in the top 10 this year. And Reek Wise probably will be still winning this thing right now, or at least in second, if he didn't miss like 4 or 5 games. But the guy that's on here, that's the sneakiest guy up here that you got to watch out for, especially after getting that gift, and that he's now an X Factor. You're looking at one of the fastest running backs in the league, definitely the fastest running back to come out the draft, sitting here at 4 right now, big time. Love to see what this race is going to be like week 17. The defensive Rookie of the Year, here we go. You got rookie Tion Pitts, safety, linebacker Carl Edens, linebacker Julian Jones. All them games Mike played with him talking about, nah, because he ain't unlocked and can't do that. What am I getting me already up here in number 3 right now? Jamie Wright, the butt safety that the Patriots picked, talking about, I don't need that safety, I'm good. And he go get this guy right here. The one thing he is fast. but he's number 4 on this list. Number 5 is the number 1 linebacker, the number 1 middle linebacker that was in the draft, and then Sony Styles was the number 1 safety in this draft class, sitting at 6. I gotta give him a shout out because he has 6. Didn't he get picked at 6? First round pick 6 or first round pick 5, one of the two. All right, so I like this race down here, but to be honest with you, this kid going crazy. I haven't really got to see Carl Adians done. Anybody that's played the Broncos, have y'all paid attention to this linebacker? Maybe we have to go see what his jersey number is. You know, a lot of y'all ain't gonna know who he is by name, but maybe you played the Broncos and he stood out in a game. If I can find out what number he was real fast, hold on for a second.
What's the name?
Carl Edens. Eddins.
Number 13.
Any of y'all played against him and seen him stand out? For him to be the number 2 guy on this list. Julian Jones at 3. Again, Jamie Wright. He was one of the faster safeties to come out of the draft. And then you got Tosil Akana, whatever you want to say, and then Sony Styles, man. What better name to have than a Sony Styles, bro? That name official. All right, so that's the defensive rookie of the years over here. NFC style, let's go. You got Labius Overton on some computer love shit. This is number 1 DN in the draft. You got Cam Bond, man. Great trade. Both the players he traded for after the draft are up here in the top race right now. Cam Bond. You got Marcus Washington, cornerback for the Vikings. You got Eldra Trent, the safety for the Cardinals. You got Ryan Turner, the corner. He was a top corner. He was like the number 2 corner, number 3 corner in the draft. Ryan Turner sitting there. And you got Carlos Baker, Earl Lewis. So look at these names, man. Andre Still. I don't know who Newton is. I do know who Jaden Osbury is. But we got some good guys on here, man. I do think that these things can change a little bit as well. Like this, I like the rookies over here for the NFC, bro. They did a good job in the draft. All right, best quarterback in the NFC is Corey Richardson, Dustin Crum, Trey Lance, Hudson Card, Khalid Williams. AFC best quarterbacks are Shador Sanders, Jeff Sims, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, AJ Duffy with 5-star on the outside looking in, along with Zach Wilson too. Best running backs over here, you got AI for the Jets. You got Jason Nelson. Hey, Mr. Nelson. Najee Harris is still in the mix with a new team. LJ Johnson, the guy that replaced Najee Harris, is at 4. And Kaylan Manuel is at 5, only because Ruggs' role has got bigger and his role has got a little lesser. He doesn't have to carry the load that much. If he did, he'd probably be up here with the top 3. Lingard right behind him, and Branson Robinson. Shout out to Mike for having his running back up there, one of the hardest running backs to tackle in the league. NFC running backs, bro. We got some good ones over there. Jalen Berger, the touchdown maker, the new wiggler. Travis Etienne's always been in the mix. Travion Henderson, Speed Demon, Journey Brown still in the building, and Sean Dollars. With that being said, I think K. Wills will jump in front of Sean Dollars before it's all said and done. B. John Robinson is over here too, but that's it. I think the race is between. I don't think Sean Dollars will stay there. I think Wills is going to move to 5, and that'll be the 5-man race. Burgers, Etienne, Henderson, Brown, and Wills. Let's look at the motherfucking Wills. Wide receivers, you got Evan Stewart for the Bucks. You got Hazelwood, stepped up into the number 1 role since fuck out of here left. Dio Johnson Bell, Luther Burden, DK Metcalf. Okay, Nano. With Mario Williams. So this guy been having all his receivers balling right now. Jesus. Okay. And you think he ain't gonna be a scary 7th seed if he get in? Shit, me. AFC wide receivers over here. Eskridge, Devontae Smith, JT Bolden, Reek over here, the new Reek Wise, Wayne Newman are your top 5 with Waddle at 6. McMillan on some computer love shit still there as well. But as you can see, Eskridge Smith, 613 is on the building. Ready? Number 6. No, number 1. So 613 is what they are. The Three Stooges, them boys up there balling. JT Bolden still playing at a high level since his rookie career. And the new rookie we talking about is Reek Wise. What can a wise man really be told? We usually tell, like, I sell coke and never don't see jail. How these niggas 40 years old and still making hand sales. Emmanuel, my nigga's a vet. Spit at the rest. I can't judge myself, so yo, tell me who the best. That's the AFC. Now let's look at the offensive line. Shout out Love. Joe Jones, Maurice Boyer, Jameer Evans, the twin, Guy Boyer, Brett Byers. We got Mayfield for the Jets, Jamil Evans, the twin, Miles, Matthews, and Sherrod. You know we gotta say all 10 because the linemen, they don't get no love. Motherfucking Ryan Hoddelli. How you say your last name, Ryan?
Totally.
Holderly, Ryan Holderly, the guard. Which I know he wears 69, little nasty mouth nigga. Mitch Newhouse is here. Ryan Camarillo, Evan Neal, Nate Anderson, Jalen McKenzie, Al-J Veer Tucker, Brady Christensen, Michael Miranda, and Paris Johnson Jr. are your top 10. Now let's look at the defensive linemen and see who's doing what. Computer Love, Jordan Karliftis, Ishmael Saffer, Delvin Cooper, who's really making a name for himself, as well as Dallas Turner. Billy Conway's in the building. Good shit. Tata got my boy Billy in the building. That'll be a top 5. AFC D lineman right now. If you ain't seeing a Charger, then you ain't looking right, because Patrick Falk is 1, Chris Rump is 2, one of the Duke brothers. Tyreek Sapp for the Bills, Brian Breeze for the Ravens, Jason Oweh for the Ravens, Loudermilk, Marcus Johnson, got to shout him out, Vicky D, Powers, and Foreman, ex-Raven Corey Foreman over there balling. But this guy got 3 in the top 10. Falk, Rump, Vicky D. Shit crazy. Best linebackers right now. Justin Flo sitting at 1. My boy Nair Graham. Young Cannon, you know him, right? You know him in real life? Patrick Queen saying, not so fast, my friend. At Edens, Micah Parsons are your top 5 right now, man. Flo, Graham, Queen, Edens, Parsons. NFC linebackers. Blackshire, my player, Jaquez Williamson. Isaiah Simmons, the man in the middle. Shane Lee, and Shaka Tony. DBs, Alex Hall, number 1. Devin Arnold, number 2. Divine Diablo, number 3. Old man Jair Alexander up here, 4. And Amir Speed making a name for himself as a shutdown. Chill. Tion Pitts at 1. Derek Stingley at 2. Malik Harvey at 3. Martin Johnson at 4. Cameron Silman, one of Deion kids. Martin Humphrey's old ass is sitting here at 6. The my player Drew Castaneda is at 7. So we got some guys balling right now, man. Do what you do it how you do best. Jason Sanders, Quentin Hilton, Daniel Carlson, Braden Mann, Duncan Logan, Michael Tillman. How your my player ain't won the Kicker of the Year award yet? I'm confused. This guy the best. Nah, but Mike really one of the best special team guys in the league. He can't punt. He got him doing both. Oh my God.
Misses probably.
Nah, I don't be missing too much. Mike not kick, bro. That's the one thing he good at. Alright. That's the motherfucking what's the name now? Let's just go see who doing what in the league stat wise. NFL. Here we go. The top 10 passers are Shedeur Sanders at 1, AJ Duffy at 2, 5-star at 3, Jeff Sims at 4, Stowers at 5, Corey Richardson at 6, Justin Herbert at 7, Justin Fields at 8, Trey Lance at 9, Lamar Jackson at 10. Touchdown makers right now. At number 1, 63 touchdowns is Sanders, 40 for Sims, 39 for Jackson, Duffy at 33, Ewers at 32, Fields 31, Crum 30, Trey Lance 29, tied with Zach Wilson 29, Richardson 26, Mahomes 26, Khalid Williams 26. Who donating the most in the league right now? 40 picks from Mahoney. Come on, Bam. Bam, 12 touchdowns, 35 picks. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Mahomes, 26 touchdowns, 35 picks. Najee Israel, 19 touchdowns, 32 picks. Bryce Young, 15 and 32. Rattler, 20 and 32. Yeah. Runners right now, man. Who running their running backs in the grave? Well, AI shoes fell off, 274 right now. Travis Etienne, 200. You saying, I know you ain't just say damn.
Damn!
And the only reason why you ain't even up here winning that because you running 2 right now. And he already got 182. The other one probably somewhere around this bitch too. Where he at? Probably got 2 backs over 100 carries. 274 for AI, 200 for ETN. Robinson, B. John Robinson, 196. Michael Carter, 188. Sean Dollars, 183. Henderson, 182. Najee Harris, 182. Nelson, 181. Branson Robinson, 181. Yard-wise right now. Who doing what? Israel on his way to 2,000, 1862. Burgers is next with 1496. Henderson's 1376. Najee Harris 1286. Jason Nelson 1284. L.J. Johnson 1132. Manuel 1123. Journey Brown 1092. Travis Etienne 1020. They're your 1,000-yard backs. The guys that's close to it is Wills, Dollars, Robinson, and Lingard. Touchdown makers right now. Surprise, surprise. Anthony Israel with 21. The rookie Jason Nelson with 18. Burgers with 17. ETN 15. Najee Harris and LJ tied 13-13. Henderson 11 tied with Journey Brown 11. And you got Manuel, Wills, and Sean Dollars with Chubba Herbert all with 10. Out here catching the ball like a motherfucker. 84 catches for Reek Wise. Tetris McMillan 79. Beast Britton Strange the tight end 70. Eric All 67. JT Bolden 64. 60 for Corey Palmer. Hudson Henry the tight end 60. Guys catching the football, man. Let's go look at the 1,000-yard guys. JT Bolden 1481. Devontae Smith 1320. Michael Martinez 1282. Shit. Joe Emery 1271. Oh my God. 2 tight ends up there in the top 10, top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir. Reek 1229. Eskridge 1217. Tetris 1078. Corey Palmer 1044. Evan Stewart 1032. Warren Newman 1024. So are we looking at this? Before I go back to it, I just want to show y'all shit. The guys that's close is Waddle, Washington, Black, Darden, Mechie. And that's it. We ain't going no further than that. Watch this. Chargers, 1320. Devontae Smith, 6. Joe Emery, the newcomer, tight end, 1271. That's 2,000-yard receivers. Eskridge, number 1, 613, 1217. Warren Newman, 1024. So are you realizing that this guy got 4 receivers over 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
Big time. All right, so let's go to the touchdown makers. Joe Emery leads the league with 19. Eskridge with 15, tied with Darnell Washington with 15. So 2 tight ends on the top 3. Devontae Smith with 14, tied with Warren Newman with 14. So 3 Chargers are in the top 6. Hudson Henry with 13 touchdowns from the tight end spot. Michael Martinez 12. Reek Wise with 12. And then you got Waddle, Darden, Burden, and Butchie Spearman all with 11. And then your double-digit guys going 4 is Bell for the Panthers, Mario Williams for the Lions, and Amari Clark for the Ravens, along with Rondell Moore, George Pickens, Kyle Pitts, and JT Bolden. So there you guys with double digits and shit. Let's get to the defensive side of things. I go to tackling just cause. Computer Love, Jeremiah Trotter, Isaiah Simmons, Computer Love, Shane Lee, Computer Love, tackle for loss. Let's just get to that. Marcus Johnson is showing that he's ready to take over for Carl Lawson, 16 tackle for losses. Alex Hall, Baby T, sliding down from that safety spot with the same D all game long, 16. Kendrick Chamberlain, D tackle, 14. Tyreek Smith with 14. The rookie Carl Edens with 13. Parsons 12. Vicky D 12. Anderson 12. And then you got a bunch of 11s going down. I don't know if we're missing anybody, but I'll check it out. SPR, Brian Breezy, and Loudermilk wasn't on that list at all. They both got 16 sold. If you go back to the top, 16, we got 3. Yeah, so we got a 4-man tie. Let me see. Make sure the NFC ain't showing nobody miss. Nope. So if you look at, I don't know why they're not showing them, but you got a 4-man tie for first with Brian Breeze with 16, Loudermilk with 16, and then Marcus Johnson with 16. I think we saw that with Marcus Johnson up there, right? Yep. So you got Marcus Johnson, Alex Hall, and then you got Loudermilk and Breeze all tied with 16 tackle for losses. Sack department. Patrick Falk with 19. Jacquez Williamson, 15.5. Rump with 14.5. Sapp with 14.5. Jason Oway, 11. Delvin Cooper, the newcomer to me. He's the guy. He's the new face. 11 of them things. And then we go down to 9. So my question would be, did we miss anybody? Rump. Yep. Candoa, 10. That's about it in the AFC. NFC? Nah, that's about right. We cool. Alright, so let's get back to that and look at the INTs right now. Last stat of the day. Tion Pitts with 13. Malik Harvey, 12. Stingley with 12. Alex Hall with 10. Let's make sure we ain't missing no top tier number, guys. Nope. AFC, no. NFC, no. Alright, they're getting that count right. So double-digit guys are 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right on the cusp, we got Diablo, Arnold, Patrick Queen, Martin Johnson. You got a couple guys down here that's on the mix. All these 7s. That's how far we'll go. Who putting the ball in the end zone off of turnovers? Tion Pitts with 5 return INTs. Shaka Tony with 5 touchdowns. Justin Flo 3. Nair Graham 3. Alex Hall 2. And then you're going to see 2 all the way down the board. Oh, shit. Nigga really got his name named Cobra Commander. What we doing out here? Alright, fellas, lock in. Let's look at the matchups for week 13. Big game. They already playing. Football team Bucks. Big game. Colts. Big game for Colts. Ravens. Big time game. Titans. Lions. Dolphins. Broncos. Rams. Falcons. Big game. Bears. Vikings. Huge game. Cardinals. 49ers. Big game. Bengals. Steelers. Big game. Texans. Broncos. A huge game. And Browns. Chargers is a huge game. Alright, fellas, let's lock these things in and see what's going on. Tune in to Max channel for the game Colts and the Ravens. After these messages, we'll be right back. Holla at us.